Throughout our search, we managed to track down another student who had lived through the final battle. We speak with a Griffle at her London home. What was it like, Hogwarts, during the year that the Dark Lord came to power?
It was terrifying. Those two Death Eaters that were in charge of everything, the Carrows, they made Hogwarts a living hell. I'd always loved Muggle studies. I decided I want to go into Muggle relations, but that Carrow woman, I couldn't bear to listen to her slander people like that. And Defense Against the Dark Arts? It was awful.
From what you told us before, you went into hiding with the rest of Dumbledore's army a few weeks before the Battle of Hogwarts. What happened?
Eventually, I just couldn't take it anymore in Muggle studies. I'd always been the quiet sort, never speaking out, never raising my hand. But what she was saying was so horrible. And I stood up and gave her a piece of my mind. It felt so good to stand up, to just say it. The punishment was almost worth it. It was after that I decided to go and join the DA.
Were you a part of the DA when it first began, when Dolores Umbridge was teaching Defense Against the Dark Arts?
I was, admittedly dragged there against my will by my friend. I was so terrified of being caught, but we did learn so much more than we ever did in Defense Against the Dark Arts class.
Tell us about your experience in the final battle.
It's hard to revisit it. I was in the room of requirement when Neville came back with Harry. It was our first real ray of hope. We'd been doing underground stuff, but this meant something big was about to happen. We knew that Harry had something to find, that we had to provide a distraction of sorts.
Go on.
It's all a bit of a blur, really. So many things were happening at once. They began evacuating the younger kids. I stayed because I was of age. And then, I'll never forget it, the most terrible voice came echoing throughout the entire school. It was the Dark Lord. After that, they took groups to the towers and the secret passageways. I was taken to the passageway outside of the One-Eyed Witch. I was told it led into honeydews. And then it started to blur all together. I remember shouting and a lot of running about. So many Death Eaters. So many deaths.
You don't have to continue if it's too difficult.
It's just, even though it's been so long, it still hurts. I lost many friends that day, and those of us who survived, we were never the same again. It was horrifying. I'll never forget what happened that night.
There's something we've been trying to uncover in our other interviews. It's rumored that Harry Potter died and came back to life that night. What are your thoughts on this?
I'm honestly not sure. I don't think I ever saw Harry again until he finally faced you-know-who in the Great Hall and killed him. I remember that he called Harry to the Forbidden Forest after we'd been fighting for some time, but I can't say I really know what conspired there.
Thank you for your time today.
So I hope you guys enjoyed my video about remembering the final battle. I took a lot of inspiration from Unrendered Media's production of the Battle of Hogwarts, which if you haven't seen it yet, you should because it's really, really well done. These guys had no budget, and they did it, and it was awesome. There's a link in the doobly-doo, so please go check it out. We're finally picking challenges again! Woo! Oh, my Disney Princess challenge still has not been done yet, so I'm giving it to you again. Whoever's name I pull out of the fantabulous sorting hat has to do their next video as their favorite Disney princess. And the lucky person who's going to do that one is Kylie. Have fun with that. I'll see you tomorrow. It's terrifying. Those two Death Eaters that were in... Don't look at the camera!